You know, anytime that you talk about a legend in Babe Ruth's caliber or Hank Aaron and Willie Mays and Mantle, anytime that you're in that class, you have this sense of accomplishment. You wish you could just shake their hand, or you wish that they were still here, that you could just say thank you. People may think, you know, I have one attitude on a baseball field, but off the field, it's a whole different person. I've always been fascinated in things that I can't do. I've always been fascinated with art. My cousin is a photographer, Giselle, and I was just fascinated by it. And I couldn't see what she was seeing. I couldn't see the lighting. What do you mean by lighting? Can't you see the shadows on the person's face? What the hell are you talking about?
Look up real quick.
And I couldn't do it.
It's a good background though. Y'all get closer. Look at the color. Look at your mouth.
And then I got into it extensively.
And next to Asia. There you go.
I was in the Bahamas at Michael Jordan's golf tournament when Vince Coleman said, hey, guess what? I'm dating one of your closest friends, Denise.
Well, I tell you what, at our wedding, you know, we didn't agree with our photographer, and good thing Barry was there.
I got to their wedding and I saw that they only had one photographer.
Barry may have taken at least 1,000 pictures just on his own camera. These pictures was phenomenal.
I was just clicking and taking pictures for my peeps because, you know, I love her. They end up liking my photos better than their own photographer photos. It's a talent. Everyone has a talent in what they do.
He has a second career coming. He missed his calling. I don't know about that.
I don't think the game has ever changed even as a child. Except the innings got longer. And things around you may change, but the game's the same. It's something that we're all not good at, but somehow successful. I don't understand it, because there's no business in the world that you could be 3 for 10 and be successful. I don't know any business in the world that allow you to give 30% and you end up being a multimillionaire. The only part of baseball that I ever regret and that I owe an apology to are the older veteran players when I was a young kid, because they were in a training room getting massaged out or sitting in the whirlpool, couldn't play, and I was this 22-year-old kid going, I can't believe you're in a training room. What the hell? You know, we haven't even played yet. Sorry, guys, because I'm in there a lot now. As you get older, it gets harder because they see me hobbling along, you know, trying to survive, which is a lot different.
Boy, keep driving the ball like that. You're gonna be checking me again.
Every ball player loves Babe Ruth. I mean, Babe Ruth started all of this mess. He was in a league of his own. I mean, he started the game, and we as ball players admire that. And then those that have come after him, that have put bigger numbers, they've given us sights to chase. I've changed the game in a different era on the same aspect of Babe Ruth. I've changed the way managers think about pitching the players. I'm trying not to really think about it so much. I mean, when you've got media 24 hours a day asking you some of the dumbest questions all day, it's kind of hard not to think about it.
Well, think about it for a second.
I'll think about it later.
All right.
If I think about hitting home runs, I'm not going to hit, period, because you just can't go up there and just say, oh, I just want to hit a home run. Boom, you're going to go into a major slump. I have to occupy my mind in other things to make that happen. And so I'm changing my thought process. See if I can take a 200 average and move it to 400 and let everything come out on its own.
Here's Barry Bonds to lead off. Now the 1-1 pitch. On swing, and there's a high drive into deep left field. That one is way back there, and that ball is in the bleachers. A home run for Barry Bonds. And that is home run number 710 for Barry Bonds.
When you're in a zone, you recognize things a lot faster, a lot sooner. You see everything happening. That's a zone. You all of a sudden know exactly what this man's gonna do for a split second. It's just a split second of knowing something that you didn't know for 3.5 hours.
And that'll bring up Bonds.
And this ought to be fun. Bonds has hit home runs off 417 pitchers in his career, and Billy Wagner is not one of them.
You just can't believe the power that this guy has, and he's only about this tall. And the guy just throws rockets.
Shootout, here's Barry Bonds. Bonds has homered to left, struck out and walked.
You talk about mano a mano, this is it.
Well, I haven't been asked to intentionally walking, that's for sure. I don't try to be stupid and throw it to his honey hole.
Bonds hits one into center field, but it's playable for Chavez, and that's the ball game.
I didn't feel I gave him my best. And I didn't believe the night before I gave Billy my best because I was sore.
Man, my body just hurts on them first rounds. Woo, just everything hurts.
So Bonds against Wagner. He hit .710 last night.
No, you're not going to get yesterday's guy. It's over with. And it's just, you're not going to get yesterday's guys. You might win this fight, though, but you're going to have to fight.
It's a thrill for me, knowing that I'm facing the best athlete player I've ever seen and what is arguably the best ever to play the game.
I just had a feeling that Billy was going to challenge me. With the reliever, there's only one shot at each other. And you got to dig in deep.
The pitch. Outside corner for a strike.
He threw me a fastball that I was just like, oh my God, he's just doing like gas.
Bonds waiting on Wagner. They're on their feet here at the ballpark. Wagner gets the sign from Castro. And the lefty throws, and Bonds, it's a high drive. Left center field. Chavez on the move. Out of here. Game time.
He always gives me his best. And the night before pissed me off. It really, I hurt my team, I hurt everybody, and I hurt myself most of all. Because I felt that I let the pain in my knee get in the way on taking on the fight. It's like I always tell everyone, just get in the fight. Doesn't matter if you lose the fight, just fight.
That is the first time that Bonds has ever hit a home run against Billy Wagner.
He fights me every time, and he's knocked me out a lot of times. And I keep getting back up, but I just want to keep on fighting. And that night, I knocked him out.
711 ties the game here in the ninth with 2 outs.
Any time that you can make 42,000 people jump out of their seat, nothing is better than that. Nothing. That is about as good a drama as you could ever provide for people.
The NBA playoffs continue. First, the Cavaliers and LeBron look to outlast the Wizards. Then, the Spurs collide with the Kings in a crucial Game 6. The NBA playoffs, Friday at 7:30 on ESPN and Sunday on ABC.
Contender champion Sergio the Latin Snake Morris strikes again to preserve his undefeated record against Archak, Shark Attack, Termelic Setian, plus a bout featuring Alfonso Gomez. The Contender Special Latin Warriors, live Thursday at 9:30 Eastern on ESPN.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate New Finish, the once-a-year car polish.
Simply wipe it on, wipe it off. No rubbing, no buffing. New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. New Finish.
Top-rated New Finish, available at Pep Boys, Family Dollar, True Value, Walgreens, AutoZone, Kmart, and other leading stores.
I know you love me. I know you love me. I know you do. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you?
Dave. first wireless bill comes today.
Dead man walking!
With T-Mobile, families always get more. Now families get the most whenever minutes and unlimited in-network calling.
T-Mobile, get more minutes.
I don't think the kids are really educated into the game as it used to be. The fundamentals of the games aren't the same. People are reading so much of everybody's personal lives and stuff like that, and they're not really learning about the game. We're not really teaching our kids the game like it should be played, like you should do things. It's just not the same.
I ain't never seen hurt so bad just on practice swing. Huh? I'm like, damn, that hurt. Until you get loose. What? Ah! I just conserve it, that's it, man. I just save it all for game time. I don't do anything prior to that.
Get it?
Maybe. Nah, no, it had enough hang time, just not enough time. It went out, but it's foul. I feel good now. Big difference when you mechanically get your stuff right. Huge difference.
I think at any time, any pitcher can kick your butt. Period. Any pitcher can kick my butt at any time, no matter what. I don't ever try to assume what I'm gonna do next. And I tell every ball player this, take on the fight that's in front of you first. Then deal with tomorrow. I've been in controversial situations ever since I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure my kids block out a lot of stuff too, because personally, my kids go through this too. I've never talked to them really about it, but I could imagine what my son or my daughter and them have to block out on what people think of their father. We're going through all of this over baseball. It's a game. That's sad. That's sad.
People are standing in line to take their shots at Barry. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I think Barry's taking the fall for a lot of guys. And, I can't imagine going through what he's going through every single day from every waking moment.
Bonds' former personal weight trainer, Greg Anderson, has received a subpoena to testify next month. Anderson, Bonds' boyhood friend, pleaded guilty and has just finished serving time in prison for his part in the Balco case. Anderson has repeatedly refused to say whether he provided drugs to Bonds.
It hurts me because I know Greg Anderson, and I know Greg Anderson's a good person, and I know he's a great dad. We grew up together. We played Little League ball together. Greg Anderson and I will always be best friends.
Judge not, lest thee be judged yourself. And Barry said that in a press conference. Clean your own closets out before you come to mine. That's judge not, lest thee be judged yourself. And I think a lot of unprofessional people in the media are making personal attacks on Barry when they should just be writing about Barry Bonds, the baseball player.
There's some times I sit there and say, God, why am I doing this? This is crazy. It's not worth it, but I can't give up on something I love.
See how his top hand, see the ball go like this? That's how his top hand's strong.
It starts with a young boy who, unfortunately, has been battling cancer.
What's up, kiddo? Who does your emails?
Me does.
Oh, so you wrote, but then you don't check them? So, how you been? Good?
Yeah.
You doing good? Well, that's what you said in your email.
We got a picture of Barry from a friend of ours who had some connections with the Giants, and it was very uplifting for Christopher because that's his favorite player.
It meant a lot. I mean, this is the person that my son kind of basically was his idol, in essence, and for him to go ahead and take the time to have that beautiful picture for him was huge.
Then Christopher saw an interview of Barry talking about how he was obviously very frustrated and struggling with the recovery of his knee. And Christopher said, you know, Mom, he can't give up. And that's when he said, I'm going to write him a letter.
I was getting through heavy treatment because I just got diagnosed, and it was really painful. And so when I got back, after he gave me the personalized photo, I wrote him a letter saying, stay strong and don't give up.
I read the letter and I was just fired up by it. I was just like, I couldn't believe that this kid was going through what he was going through, and basically I'm sitting over here acting like a kid. This kid woke me up.
So in September, we got the phone call that Barry wanted to meet Christopher and wanted him to join him celebrating his night coming back and how he had been an inspiration to Barry Bonds. Then they later on told us that he was going to have the opportunity to go out on the field with Barry, and Christopher was speechless.
Taking the field as a special guest of Barry's tonight, we welcome 9-year-old Christopher Lau.
That was probably one of the most powerful experiences of our lives. Seeing my boy go on the field, Mr. Bonds. Seeing them helping each other with such confidence, to see my little boy go out there.
It was awesome, and all these kids that could have been doing that, I'm really lucky.
To realize that kid could not be alive and what he's going through, and for me to not get back up on my feet to do something.
I got better by staying strong and not giving up, and that's how he got better.
We did it together. He helped me at the same time as I helped him. And so it was a team effort. We helped each other, and I'll always remember that.
When conflicts reach an impasse,
we're going to protect our citizens.
Something happens.
You're talking about declaring war on U.S. soil.
To shift the balance forever.
Make no mistake, my brothers. They wish to cure us, but I say we are the cure.
I'm not going to let that happen. Are you?
This film is not yet rated. The greetings are different. The need to feel welcome is the same. You don't just stay here. You belong.
That is ESPN. This is mobile ESPN. This isn't like sports in your current phone, okay? It's a whole new phone service from ESPN with unique features like Gamecast and the fastest alerts and everything else you need to manage your fantasy teams. It's awesome. That's Neil Everett. Neil! Hey, it's Matty B. Any anchor jobs open? I got the microphone. Anything you can do? Put in a word for your buddy? No?
Switch to mobile ESPN today. Call 1-800-GET-ESPN.
All right, cool. Just call.
Dramatic breakthroughs. Revolutionary. State-of-the-art.
For the latest
Innovative.
Information about groundbreaking advances in medicine, look to Health on Demand. Is LASIK surgery for you? If you're still relying on prescription glasses, go beyond 2020 and discover the dramatic breakthroughs in vision correction that makes LaserView Eye Center's Bay Area specialist in custom LASIK. To see how LaserView is taking human sight to the next level, go to Searchlight, then Health, and click on LaserView.
On behalf of Davidson and Lick, I personally invite you to view the finest selection of Rolex watches in the South Bay.
I come back home to San Francisco, there's no place like home. There's no place like the fans here in San Francisco. You know, I could work anywhere. as far as play baseball. I can play in the streets. I can go to any team and play baseball, but there's a bond here between me and San Francisco and the fans here in San Francisco. There's a relationship that I have built and they have built with me that is just overwhelming. You know, people come up to me, I'm your #1 fan, and I'm sitting there saying, no, you're not, man. That woman right there is my #1 fan, because she got to deal with me every day.
I want to let you know that we're almost there.
Your wife and your kids, they love you unconditionally.
There's the ballpark. Okay, well, we'll wait to say hello.
When everyone else is against you, they're for you.
Bye. I love you too. AJ, when is Daddy going to get his 3 home runs? Today. He's going to hit 3 home runs today? Yeah. You think so? He's going to beat anybody's record. Yeah.
My parents did everything. We do everything with our kids. And in my environment, it was mandatory that we stay a family. And it was mandatory that we stick together as a family. And in my house, that's mandatory. My wife knows my rules. She has to be there the first at bat, period. My daughter does too. My kids. I just make sure everybody's okay, and everything else that whole day goes away. I quit this game in a second before I ever see. Baseball it's a timetable. Families for life. Baseball is just a window. I can shut that anytime. But you can't ever get rid of your family. Can't. That's always there. So I'll take my family over any sport, anything.
Bonds is at the plate with the bases loaded. And he hits one down the line. That's a fair ball. Smith scores. Vizquel scores. Brinson scores. They all score.
That's a ball that a lot of guys hook.
And it's 3-2 Giants. 3-2. Branson at third, Wynn at second. Branson's going to score. Wynn will go to third. It's 5-2.
I accomplished the one goal that I've ever wanted to accomplish, and that was to play Major League Baseball. So everything else, like I've said, has always been icing on the cake. I've been able to provide something for my kids and family that I never thought I'd be able to do ever in my lifetime, ever.
And I'm gonna tell you this story. We were at the NAACP Image Awards, right? Yeah. And Michael came, now you gotta talk about, there's some of the most successful African Americans in the world at this thing, all right? And I'm looking around, Bill Cosby, everything. Michael came out to get his award. Everybody gives him a standing ovation, etc. So on. But they want him to sing. So Patti LaBelle's on there trying to get him to say anything. Michael just went, hey, dropped their drawers. Just went, ah! I don't care, man. I've never seen anybody can control something that strong, man. And that's a powerful vocal cord. Yeah. I don't care. Bye. Everybody, I mean, your hairs just went, you know?
I think mentally coming out of spring training and what we all have gone through as a team and him individually especially is, was a little draining.
And you start finding that groove again, and I think he's about to that point, Hopefully he's ready to take off. He had the big game the other day, and he really smoked his first inside pitch where, it was a tough pitch and kept it fair. And, when Barry starts doing that, he's going to be lights out.
Now Bonds, shift is on. He's behind the count 1-2. Webb throws. The pitch is swung on, driven. Left center field. Back on it goes Burns. This ball skips up against the warning track and off the wall. In to score comes Randy Wynn. Bonds is going to coast to second base. A laser beam bouncing off the wall for a double from Barry Bonds.
He did it. Barry Bonds passed Babe Ruth on the career extra base hit list.
Got the old Bonds for president.
It's a wild roller coaster ride. putting myself up together pretty good, bar none with everything going on. I go back to Muhammad Ali when he didn't go to Vietnam because he said no Viet Cong ever called me a nigger, and also because of his religious beliefs. But he also made a statement is that I can't get justice in my own country. And I'll never forget that. Never, ever forget that. I can't get that in my own country. You know, I got my own country trying to put me down. He came out and he still whooped everybody's ass. And regardless of what happens, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try and whoop everybody's ass. And that's all I'm gonna do.
X Games gold medalist Mike the Godfather Metzger will attempt a death-defying backflip over the fountains at Caesar's Palace. The Impossible Jump, live Thursday at 8:30 Eastern, only on ESPN.
Now that Yellow Book is coast to coast, we thought about branching out. Yellow Book Cola looked very good. Fly Yellow Book Air. Fast food. Tasty. Wow, theme parks. The Yellow Book brand would be cool on lots of great stuff. The possibilities are endless. Coffee houses. Skateboards. Why not Yellow Book toothpaste? Maybe we should stick to what we do best. Great directories. Yellowbook.com and Yellow Book, not the other book. 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
With sludge in your engine, it feels like something's holding your car back.
Let me guess, 16. Yeah.
That's why there's Castrol GTX. Compared to leading oils, it's the best protection against thermal breakdown and maximum protection against sludge buildup. Don't let sludge hold your car back. Get Castrol GTX.
It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
Looking for a little excitement in your combo meal? Then head over to Dave & Buster's for the new Power Combo. Choose from one of 9 entrees like barbecue chicken, shrimp, or pasta dishes, and get a $10 game card, all for $14.99. All the excitement of Dave & Buster's games and a delicious entree for only $14.99.
You couldn't get a better deal at Dave & Buster's if you were me. Or me.
The Dave & Buster's Power Combo. Food and fun for only $14.99.
Here's all you need to know to get a thick green lawn without all those dandelions. Nothing, and I mean nothing, works better than Scott's Turf Builder Plus 2. What's the secret? It's got a special formula with patented small particles. They stick to the leaf, they kill to the root, killing dandelions completely, guaranteed. And Turf Builder Plus 2 greens and thickens for the best kind of lawn there is. A Scott's lawn. Nothing beats Scott's Turf Builder Plus 2.
Next on Bonds on Bonds, despite some new aches and pains, Barry continues the chase.
Things will be different when I get to 713. That's when things get a little bit different, because that's when more starts coming, you know. Hopefully it doesn't, but, you know, unfortunately, that's part of the game.
The Giants and the San Diego Padres, as Padres ace right-hander Jake Peavy takes the hill.
I love that dude more than anybody, Peavy. Because Peavy hit you, Peavy walk off the mound and right over to you and say, sorry, dude, I didn't try to hit you.
Here's the 1-1. Look out, it hit him.
Remember the pitch was I was trying to cut her in, and Barry is not shy. He's on the plate, and you know you can't throw a cutter middle end to Barry. It's better be in.
Peavy's one of those guys who became great. He took all he learned and he took all he learned and believed in himself.
Yeah, I don't want to throw it to him, and he knows that. And I think that we have a mutual respect for one another because he knows I'm getting after it out there, and you know he's in the box to hit, and you know, we have a good time together.
The shift is on for Bonds. Bonds hits one to left center field. He hits it well. Klesko back. It is here. Number 700 for Barry Bonds.
Well, I said, what's 700? And I said, well, he's one of the 3 players ever hit 700. And I said, well, he's one of the 3 players ever hit 699.
Barry Bonds is standing there at the plate, which can be a little intimidating if you're thinking of stealing home.
He's got a shorter lead now that Castillo's closer to third. The 1-1 pitch. Inside, did it hit him? It did. It came in and got him, and Bonds is wincing in some pain.
Music featured in this episode of Bonds on Bonds, provided by Ali D, Static,